Alright, y'all, so I took an L today. I'm gonna go ahead and break that down. Today I took a trade on ES, thinking that ES was gonna go lower from this daily fair value gap, consequent encroachment of that fair value gap here, and consequent encroachment of that wick there. Previous day we went up, tagged the high of this daily fair value gap, and then today opened. I was thinking it was gonna open, come up high, and then start going lower, right? Looking at consequent encroachment of that wick as well, measuring up that range to 25% and 50% of this candle wick. Going down to the hourly time frame, we had this range high to this range low. Looking at that fair value gap, we came all the way up. 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock held this range, held the top of this 25%, 50% of the previous daily wick, right? So this is 50%, hit that. And then as this was happening here, as this high was getting taken out at 9:45, NASDAQ was running into previous daily high, right? Previous daily high there. And NASDAQ is also inside of a fair value gap on a daily time frame. Up close candle, order block, opening price, and 50% here. I was thinking that price was gonna displace lower from there, which it kind of did. It did have a displacement running out that high, creating SMT with ES. And then you see how relative equal lows were built up there. And then you have Asia accumulation, right? I was thinking this was gonna be a market maker sell model. So as soon as we ran lower, what I did was I took an entry off of the breaker of this run higher because, well, mitigation block, because this created the SMT with NASDAQ when NASDAQ was running out the previous daily high. And then once we got through here, that's where I took my entry and went short. And as you guys can see, it was a little bit of time distortion, right? Time distortion in there. Broke down lower after 1010, 950 to 1010 macro, right? After the time distortion in that macro. Then had a FEG, thinking that price was gonna come into that FEG minimum, come into this breaker, right, with these two consecutive down close candles, and start running lower towards the Asia low and relative equal lows down in there, right? But as you guys can see, it went against me, ran up, closed above the breaker, came back down, used the breaker, went through this area. I was thinking about closing multiple times, but I wanted to see if this area will hold out. Once we got into here, I was potentially going to close as soon as we came down halfway. That way I could get exit out at like $25, but it kept running, and then boom, hit me out. But yeah, that's the only trade I took today. Only trade I'm taking today. So as you guys can see, only lost $49.50. Basically almost $50. Basically what I made yesterday. And I'm gonna go in and share the execution and live trade. See you guys in the next video. Peace.
Acid bottom comes dark and melted butter not tasty.